Hey everybody, welcome back to You Seem Normal. First things first, yes, I did crochet this cardigan, so thank you for the compliments. I'm sure you'll leave in the comment section. I need to redo the pockets just because I want to make them nicer, reattach them, but yeah. So I had a video filmed for this week, but I actually wanted to sit down and film this one and not use that one for now. People are having a really hard time. Yeah. Like usually it just feels like me, but lately it's like, it's really so many people. So I wanted to do a video that's an ode to why I started You Seem Normal 2 years ago. And so I'll link the Instagram post from 2 years ago below. The trigger warning for this video is, of course, it's about suicide, but suicide prevention and awareness. If you don't want to watch that content or you're unable to consume it at this time, no need to watch this video because I had one last week, so check that one out. So the picture I posted was me being happy and then me being not happy. But I also posted a picture of something from my journal, and I'm going to start with that. It said, "There is no reason I shouldn't dead. I don't bring nothing good to this world. I bitch about everything I do. I don't do anything fun or have a personality. I fuck up every relationship, every friendship, group, and roommate situation. My mom says I am too negative. She never want to listen to me. I don't want to listen to me either. I don't want to be here for anything. Why is my speech more important than me doing well? Not yelling at roommates that I hope they die or that we'll all be glad when I kill myself." So that's a fun journal entry, but kind of why I started You Seem Normal. Because I was struggling so much, and that was earlier in the year when I started You Seem Normal, but I wanted to share that as part of Suicide Prevention Day, which is one of my first posts that I did on You Seem Normal on my Instagram. So first things first, we'll talk about some of the warning signs. I think you see a lot of them in that letter, which is why I just wanted to share it. So some of the warning signs are talking or joking about wanting to die, talking about feeling hopeless, talking about being a burden, talking about having no purpose or future, withdrawal or isolation, increase in use of alcohol and drugs, experiencing intense and erratic mood swings, change in sleeping and eating habits, experiencing physical pain, appearing in survival mode, which a lot of times means you're hypersensitive to the smallest of things, talking about not knowing how much longer you can go on, and behaving recklessly, like no regard, behaving without regard for consequence or safety. So quite a few of those are in that letter. If you know someone who displays these behaviors or talks about these things, you need to ask them if they're considering killing themselves. So you can sit down with them and say you want to listen or talk or have a chat with them, but you need to make sure that you ask them and you're able to gauge their response, and really talk about how things are going with them. And you need to stay with them. They can't be alone if you fear that they're going to go through with something. They can't be alone, no matter if you were like missing work or things like that. Until you're able to get them additional help, you really need to stay with them. All right, or have someone else. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about some of the myths around suicide. So the first one is talking about suicide will give someone the idea, which is just silliness. That's not true. If they're already thinking about it, they're already thinking about it. People who are unwilling to seek help are people who die by suicide. This is also not the case. A person who tries to kill himself must be crazy. Please watch my video about using that word, first of all. And someone who dies by suicide is weak, selfish, and cowardly, which is not the case. They're not weak, selfish, or cowardly. And a just mind-boggling statistic is that we lose over 800,000 people per year to suicide. 800,000. That's so many people. Like, wow. That's so many people. And the other thing I want to say is, for anyone who wonders why we move away from certain language when we talk about suicide, we don't commit suicide. We don't say that people committed suicide. If you think about commit, you know, we use it with that word. We use it with the phrase of like committing murder, committing a crime, committing theft, all in these like policey, criminal type of ways. But dying by suicide is not a crime. So instead we say things like, this person died by suicide, death by suicide, they ended their life, they killed themselves. Which is, it probably sounds the harshest in my opinion, is when you say, use the word kill. But I don't know, other people have different association with different words. So I love this, is a tweet or an Instagram or something. It's like calling people by their preferred pronouns is suicide prevention. And then some other ones I really liked that I wanted to share are, I've showed this one before, but therapy doesn't solve being overworked and underpaid. Antidepressants can't cure poverty. Like, there's a bigger issue here if 800,000 people in a year have killed themselves. You know, we can't just say everyone go to therapy and expect that'll work itself out. So, the next thing, the next tweet or Instagram I found was, there is mental health and then there is mental illness, which is huge. I want to say that I am like I don't want to say I'm a mental health kind of YouTuber, because I want to reduce stigma around mental illness. Because listen, there is a difference. People love talking about yoga and self-care days, but get uncomfortable talking about blackouts, suicidal thoughts, manic episodes, etc. And that's the problem. So, okay, I'm gonna leave all of the posts I found in the description, just so you know. But I have one more post to talk about. It's from the Depression Project, and just raising awareness that suicidal thoughts aren't just the phrase, I want to die. It's so many other things and behaviors and like moods that can be warning signs. So I'm such a burden. My loved ones would be better off without me. Heard that in my journal. No one cares if I'm alive. I need a break from living. I think that one's huge. I think people who say, it's all in context, right? So people who say they go to sleep to take a break from living and that sleep doesn't give them enough relief, that's a sign. They feel trapped. They're trying to find a way out. They need to escape from their brain. That's one that I would say. So yeah, that's the whole video. I wanted to make sure that I touched on this topic this year, especially as I looked back and realized it's been 2 years. So yeah. I hope to see you next week. I'm going to go re-put on the pockets, but I hope you have a great night, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.